You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Blacklist After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Blacklist After Show.
Hardships, Leviathan and lonely. I was thirsty,
Yes.
so I drank.
Welcome to the Blacklist AFTERBUZZ After Show. I'm Joe Braswell. I'm joined as always by the lovely Julia Cearley.
Hi, Joe Braswell.
Hello,
Hi, Nando.
Julia.
Hi, everybody.
Nando. I'm joined by also the lovely Nando Velasquez.
I like how you started Nando.
Well, I just was going to say, Nando, what is the song? But I'll ask you.
Oh, well, it was from the end of the episode.
That's right.
It was Josh Ritter, Change in Time, I believe it was called.
Okay.
I just took it away. Change of Time, yes. From
Yes.
Josh Ritter.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a long time.
It's been a long
It's been
time.
a very long time since we've done an episode of The Blacklist.
Yes, we are.
long, my
Too
friends,
long.
too
2
long.
weeks. And we're back.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Thanks for downloading. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube.
We are missing one person of our team.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
That
gotta-
guy.
That guy.
guy.
Joseph Salvatore Sanfilippo.
Salvatore.
Yes.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, Joe Sal San. That's what I call him. He's not here today. Obviously, he's away working and doing some things with his voice,
With his golden pipes.
his golden pipes, and making money.
Yes.
So Blacklist episode 19. We're in the home stretch, guys.
yes,
This
we are.
this is
Things are happening.
22 episodes. We're at 19, and it's
3
happening.
more to go.
We talked a lot about last week. At least I did for sure about the sort of the throwaway episodes and these sort of filler episodes, and how our guy last week was the worst blacklister in the history of the Blacklist. I thought.
That last episode, yes.
I can't remember my man's name, but I didn't like him. But this episode, now we're talking. You know, the Pavlovich Brothers.
Pavlovich
Well,
Bros.
They're from they're from the pilot.
They're from the pilot. I
Yeah.
love the fact that they brought them back from the pilot. These guys that just
These guys aren't messing
snatch and
around.
grab. They do snatch and grab. Mm-hmm.
and grabs. I love them. I love
They
them.
get 4 numbers.
They get-
Each one of the brothers gets a number.
Oh, was
And-
I thought it was 2 numbers.
No, it was 119 to 122.
To 122.
Oh,
It
cool.
was 4 numbers,
love
one
it.
episode, but they just throw them all together as 4
Well,
numbers.
family sticks together.
That's
I guess,
right.
but couldn't you just put them all as one? Because they are like an organization in a way. They are one entity.
I do.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I love these guys, and I love how they show them in the beginning, and they're just like, you know, having a good old time, laughing it up, and they get that phone call, and it's like Hezbollah line 1 is like, tell Hezbollah to hold. We're going to Washington.
That was kind of awesome. You know what I really like?
That's a villain.
They're in demand.
Tell Hezbollah hold on.
Yes.
I liked having this little bit of cross pollination between the blacklister of the week and the overarching story.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of times in at least the first half of this season, it lacked synchronicity, and it felt like 2 different shows at times.
Mm-hmm.
The story of the characters we know, and then the blacklister. So having them sort of cross pollinate like that,
Yep.
I felt really made this like a tight episode.
Yep, I agree.
how I
I
feel.
agree, and I think I feel like that's the sort of the goal in general, is to have, like, you know, the procedural blacklister search, and then with some sort of B or C story on the side. But this one was definitely done better than others, you know, for my money, and also
Felt even.
It felt even because we've earned this whole Tom and Lizzie thing. So we've earned this whole payoff to what's going to happen here. And so, you know, it felt really good to be able to finally get to some meat here. So what may or may not happen with these two. Also, action-packed episode. Like a lot of lot of gunplay, a lot of explosions, a lot of car chases. It was a good episode. It's what the Blacklist to me is supposed to be.
Yeah.
As opposed to poor lonely guys. Whatever my Blacklister was last week with taking off his
You really, wow, this really affected you. This guy, he
He's
was
just
so
moving
bad.
his nose the whole episode. Like that's his Blacklist power.
This was 3 weeks ago. This episode happened, and you're losing sleep over this
that
guy.
guy.
You really don't like that guy.
The Pavlovich Brothers, man. But Husband online too. Anyway, so we're finally get some sort of resolution-ish to the whole Tom Keene, Lizzie Keene situation, and although the door's opened again for some more stuff.
Yeah.
Let's start there. So, Lizzie has decided a couple episodes ago to sort of stay with Tom to sort of get to the bottom of what, who he works for, what he's doing, and we have this sort of cat and mouse game, Mr. and Mrs. Smith game, if you will, of sort of, will Tom find out that Lizzie knows? Will Lizzie find out that Tom knows? And obviously Tom, he found out. But
Nice.
I gotta ask you, Julia. I'm skipping ahead slightly, but what's going on with Lizzie Keene? Like, why can't she just stay in the damn car? Why can't she just keep her? I mean, like, what is happening? Like, why would she go to all this great lengths to sleep with him and be there and sneak around and then
Just to blow it.
just to blow
Just
it?
to blow the whole
The
thing
whole operation.
wide open.
And Red's got a full team. Red's like, they all work for you. He's like, great, I'm coming out to see this for myself.
The only thing I could think is that she is just blinded by emotion. This is her husband. We like to I feel like I like to forget that because I never really saw too much chemistry between the two of them on screen.
Sure.
So I feel like to her, he should just be disposable. But if I think of it as a wife, then that's your husband. That's the man that you dated and you got engaged to and you went through a wedding and all those memories that you build, like she said.
Right.
So I think that she just must have been completely just in a blind rage, just can't believe what's happening and can't prolong this any longer. Has to get to the bottom of it.
Sure, fair enough.
I just think it's an emotional response. Lizzie has a tendency to act emotionally, and we've seen that throughout this entire season. She makes really stupid decisions when she acts emotionally,
Right.
Yeah.
and this is no different.
And this frustrates some of the audience that watches her because of that.
It frustrates the hell out of me. But this is the one time that I think maybe I can understand why.
Nando, I mean, did you? I'm skipping ahead. I'm just this whole thing with Lizzie jumping out of the car is just killing me. Like,
Lizzie, yeah, I again, Red lets her do it, and I guess Red has it's part of Red's master plan. He understands this, but she really compromises herself in this moment, and I get it in a way because obviously this is 2 years of her life that she's been married to this man, and finds out it's a lie, and she wants to get answers. She definitely shows her impatience, but it also shows inexperience. It shows, as an agent, it shows inexperience. You have moments where she figures things out on this show, followed by moments of complete and utter, for lack of a better word, I want to say stupidity. I wouldn't say it's a stupid move, but I would say, for lack of a better word, inexperience.
well, this is the unevenness that drives me crazy with the Lizzie. Drives us crazy with the Lizzie Keene character. Like, one moment she has complete lucidity and complete competence, and another moment she's running out of the car, like, running.
But you have to
into
understand, this is her husband she's talking about, so I can understand that up to a certain point.
Right.
But obviously, Red has this under control, and she's sitting next to the man who's on her side, and here she is still not trusting him enough to run in there and see what's.
As a well-trained FBI agent, she's got a tracker on him. Red's got a team on him.
Yeah.
I don't want to beat you to the ground. Okay, so that, but it
All these
was
people
cool.
are working for you. Red even said it. All these people tailing him are working for you.
I'd have been like, cool.
And even after that, see, that's what blew my mind. Even after that, she sees this masterful operation that he's put together for her.
Right.
I mean, she thinks for her. Of course, it's for him, but for both of them.
Yeah.
But she just blows it, just like that. Just doesn't even give it a second thought after everything that they've been through. See, I'm getting mad about it again.
Yeah, and then she's like, "You'll do it your way, Red. I'll do it mine." It's like,
But
no.
his way is working.
Like, he's
Your
Red
way
Reddington.
never works.
Yeah, let him do his do it his way. Yeah, I don't know.
Her way never, ever works. And, another dumb decision, breaking his thumb. Even I know.
Right.
Even I know
Even
not to.
you know
even
not
I
to
know.
break someone's thumb
Don't break their
when
thumb,
you
they
have
can
them
get out of
handcuffed.
handcuffs. Right.
When she has her,
Even I know this.
When she has her men in handcuffs, she knows
Yeah.
better than to break their
Don't
thumbs.
break the old
That's right.
thumb.
Because they
I do.
will get out if she does that.
Yes.
Yes.
I know this.
So let's
Where
run
do you
it
learn
back.
this stuff? In S&M school or something? What do you-
Oh. All right.
FBI school. All right. I was being nice to her the last 2 shows.
Yeah,
Now
you got the
it's
better
back.
of you, huh?
I couldn't take it.
Let's
Nando's reared his ugly head over here.
let's take this back to the top here. So, I love back to the way this is the feeling of this episode. Before we see the Pavlovich brothers, we see this cool sort of scene in this Changzhou labor camp in rural China, which was very cool with the injections and and the very cool extraction with the team. I love that stuff. And I was like that when I saw that as an open, I'm like, now this is the damn Blacklist. This is kind of what the promise of the pilot, promised us in some other episodes we saw as well, Garrick and others. Like that's the stuff that really works for me when they bring that level of like high-level espionage and cool things to television. So they do that cool extraction. They get this woman here who we know is a high-valued target out. The Pavlovich brothers kidnap her, snatch her from. Now, who had her? Was it the CIA? I mean, who grabbed her?
It was the U.S. government. So
U.S. government, but presumably CIA.
CIA.
Right. And then FBI knows, and FBI went to intercept to take her away to change the route.
transport her from I guess the plane where she was at to get her to Washington D.C.
Because they knew that the Pavlovich brothers were gunning for her,
Right.
So they had to
Via Red.
intercept.
They knew because
her
of Red.
extraction. They knew because Red, so they had to intercept the extraction from the U.S. government and kind of get her into hiding. I guess before the Pavlovich brothers.
I don't
got
agree.
Her.
I don't know about that because Red told Lizzie and her team. But then that guy said, we're changing plans. We just had got some credible information.
Well, I assume that guy was in on it.
Yeah, well, meanwhile, Lizzie and Wrestler are coming over saying, no, you guys are doing ground transportation. We're here to help back that up.
Right.
So obviously there was some miscommunication.
I thought it was to reroute her. Okay.
Yeah, they were going to reroute her, but
But reroute her
Lizzie,
like handheld, like they're gonna grab her and take her somewhere else.
Yeah, they weren't going to take her in the plane.
safer.
So somebody set it up and said, no, we're changing the plan, knowing that their procedure would be to go to air. That's what they said. So knowing that, the Pavlovich brothers were prepared for that. With a fake plane, with their own chopper.
Well, this is the thing. So, like, did the Pavlovich brothers? This wasn't a Red construction from the very beginning, right? Like, he came and saw them, and then said, "I'm Red Reddington." They put their when he saw them. I'm trying to figure out how
jumping
early.
all over.
Well, I know I am jumping, but like no, because this is relevant to what I'm talking about. How early did Red Reddington have the Pavlovich brothers on the payroll? In other words, did Red help them get away early on, or was it not until later when he had them on the payroll?
I think he's used them in the past, right?
Yeah,
But I'm talking about for this operation.
I don't think he had them on the payroll until he showed his face.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he had them on the payroll, but it was just convenient that they got away up to this point.
Sure.
And that Red was able to go over there to use them to get Tom. Because don't forget, Tom was not he was not hiding out at the beginning of this episode either.
Yeah, exactly. So when he had that quick little scene with Dembe in the car when they find out that Tom is hiding in the cement box, and Dembe says, should we get, I can't remember the name, so-and-so to extract him? He goes, no, he's on assignment elsewhere.
Right.
Said that would have been nice.
So that was Red's plan
but
saying,
then ding, the
like,
Pavlovich brothers are in town.
Right.
I could use that.
It's kind of like kids playing in the playground. They're playing their little game. Someone's like, time out, and they just switch the game completely. It's like Red's like, I know them kind of just sent the FBI after you, but I'm Red Reddington.
Yeah,
and I've got money.
let me use them now.
You still have your prisoner, but now I need you to get somebody for me.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was real, and it shows the
That's
power
very
of Red.
cool.
He just
The power
walks
of Red.
in. He walks in, all their guns are up, and he's like, "Hello, I'm Raymond Reddington." All of a sudden, they just put their guns down.
Right. We're listening.
Listen.
Yeah, we're listening.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
That was very cool. So backing up, we have that scene. Then we kind of get into this, which happened beforehand. We get into this whole, Lizzie and Tom back to the cat and mouse thing, where Lizzie very artfully and carefully plants the tracking device in Tom's keys, which is very cool. We forget that she's a grifter, a master grifter.
Oh yeah.
So she
little
can,
sleight of hand.
little sleight of hand there, because there's that bit where she, whoops, I don't have it here, but it's right here behind your ear. No, but that was cool. I really thought. I mean, I like that. I kind of want to see. I get to drag it out forever, but I like the whole Lizzie and Tom cat and mouse game. I wish that were more than 2 episodes or 2-3 episodes we saw that happening. I like just seeing them sort of again, it's very very Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where they're sort of looking at each other and suspicious of each other. But I mean, I don't know. Did you think how long did you think Tom? Did you think Tom would find her out eventually? I mean, was that even in your head, or did you thought? I mean, as I was watching this whole thing, I'm like, Tom's gonna get her. Tom's gonna get her, but I don't know. He didn't.
Wait, what's your question? Do you think
I'm sorry,
Tom
my
would
question
find out
is-
that she knew?
Yes.
Well, everyone's been telling him that she knows, and he's
Right.
just been refusing to believe it. And I think he's been sort of flailing in the wind and a little bit desperate and trying all his last-ditch efforts, all his last-ditch tactics before finally coming to that conclusion and having to make his next move. Because this is an
Right.
assignment he's been on for years.
Right.
So you don't want to see that die.
Right.
Well, I mean, Red even said that he is out of control, paranoid.
Yeah.
So in a way, he's kind of just waiting to see. They're waiting to see exactly how Tom reacts. But he is exactly. He's off balance. When they figured out that he killed Jolene, it was like, did he have orders, or was he just so paranoid he had to kill her?
Right.
Which we know was the latter.
So we do have that scene with Tom and Lizzie where, with Red and Lizzie, where Red is revealing that he knew about Jolene and he knew about other things, and that could be something to make Lizzie not trust Red, maybe, because Red is clearly holding back information. So maybe this is a catalyst for Lizzie to feel like she has to go rogue to a certain degree because maybe she can't trust Red. I'm just trying to get into her head as to why she going nuts, jumping out of the car, and maybe she has the feeling that Red's not telling her everything, and she wants to see for herself. And Red always does seem to have another motive, or another card, or another something in the back. So maybe that's why she jumped out and wanted to see that. In the scene where obviously they track him, she plants tracking device. She gets with Red. Red tells her about Jolene. They follow him all the way to the what was it? The House
National
of
Archives.
National Archives, yes.
Where it looks like he's about to make some sort of drop of some sort, some sort of switch, and he gets spooked, clearly by Lizzie, and then was out. And so we never find out what happens there. But we do later find in a confrontation where Tom and Lizzie have that wonderful scene together where they're talking things through, and Tom's trying to figure out if he's if Lizzie is onto her or not, or if Lizzie's onto Tom. Where he asked, I saw you at the National Archives, and she's like, I wasn't there. And he's like, how was your day? Like, oh, I had these horrible third graders today. Like, one kid did this. She's like, oh, really? It's like a weird moment of we don't believe each other. But what I missed was there a particular moment where Tom got tipped off? Did I miss it, or was it just?
Yeah, I don't know, because that was an interesting scene. He's like, oh, I didn't want to do Thai food. I just wanted to cook. It's just you and me alone. And next thing you know, he's like, I'm going to go walk the dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to go walk the dog now.
But did you pick up anything, Julia, did
No, because it didn't seem that he actually saw her at the National Archives. He saw that there was a camera, and then he heard a little scuffle or whatever and looked up, but she was already gone. Maybe he saw some hair or anything
He
like
suspected.
that.
He has suspicion.
But he had very strong suspicions, but there was no aha moment for me.
Well, there wasn't until they had that conversation when he clearly was like, something's off. And Lizzie alluded to that earlier when she's like, I know him. He's getting suspicious. I know him. But I had to watch it twice. I'm like, well, what happened? Like, why did Tom?
What was it?
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't seem, and that scene didn't seem that much different than the scene in the morning when she's reading the paper and putting the GPS. Like there was no elevated level of suspicion. There was nothing like that. That would have, if I were Tom, I guess would have been like, shit, there it is, done. Okay, bye.
Okay, well, something happened. I mean, if anyone online or on Twitter can figure, because maybe it was just a thing that he, in the instinct thing, because he then went to immediately walk the dog.
He didn't even take the dog anywhere. He just took it outside the front door and ran.
Yeah.
He would have given him a little bit more time if he had actually, at least 20 more minutes if he had taken the dog with him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's like, I need an immediate evac. So and I love the spy stuff too. I love the conversation. I love the
the Mockingbird knows.
Yeah, Mockingbird knows. Like, I have a problem with my account. that was very cool. And so they scooped him up and put him in the cement box. Which was cool too. See, I love all that stuff. So then I'm back. If Joe were here, Joe and I would have our normal our Harold conversation, because I'm just back to this whole what's going on with the FBI. I mean, Harold hasn't had anything to do or say in 10 episodes. Another get on it. I want to find what's in the helicopter. Get on it. That's all he's done.
He's the boss. He's just been playing the boss role. We haven't gotten to know much about him.
Right.
one thing I want to hit upon, I'm not sure if I was the only one out of us who's seen it, and I don't know if this is the first week it's happened, but I usually watch Blacklist on Hulu. I don't really watch it on NBC. I watch it in the morning before we do this. But I actually, now that I have my DVR all hooked up and everything like that, I actually taped it and watched it on NBC. And there was a commercial.
Yes.
Yes.
We have to talk about the commercial.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We have to talk about the
You
commercial.
guys see that? All right, cool. I'm glad I wasn't the only one because we didn't
Yes.
get a chance to talk about this commercial. So
My notes about that are funny, actually.
yeah. So I don't know if that now's the time to talk about it or if you want to talk.
No, let's talk about it. Bring it out.
Okay. So what the hell?
I wrote, as I was watching that car chase, you're talking about the Mustang, yes?
Yes, the Mustang commercial.
So as that was happening, I was like, my note right here says,
I don't know-
super spies must have a super stang. And then it immediately goes to a super sting commercial starring Ryan Eggold talking about Tom Keene.
Yeah, it was right after that car chase too, right? It was immediately after that car chase. So it
Super
was a
spies must
perfect
have a super stang.
perfect product placement. I don't know if it was on Hulu. I don't know if our international viewers got the same thing we did. But I wrote down the whole thing pretty much. Hi, I'm Tom Keene, and playing Tom Keene is a balancing act. It's a question of whether you're a good man or a bad. There's a darkness in Tom, but a glimmer of goodness too. And you hope his motives might be noble. And then it's the 2015 Ford Mustang. Go further.
Hot-looking
Okay.
car, by the way.
First of all, I don't have a problem these days at all with product placement, and people do, and I don't have a problem with the heavy-handedness of the product placement. Although that, I thought there's a lot of action in this. In this, a lot. This is an expensive episode.
Yeah.
And we got to that car chase.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is an expensive episode. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wonder if Mustang helped pay for this episode because Ford helped pay for this episode. And then, sure enough, after that, right after the chase, you like that chase? You like that car? I'm Tom Keene. But which I thought was kind of cool. But
Hot-looking car. Looks cool.
No, it's a hot
it's cool.
car. Yeah,
But what's
Stangs are
more
hot.
telling about the commercial, other than the commercial itself, other than the the blatant product placement, and then the commercial following the product placement, was just what Tom revealed, what Eggold revealed about his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a total, almost borderline spoiler.
Because I think we see him as a bad guy still, even
He's
with
a bad
the
guy.
revelation at the end saying that Red's not who he seems, and I'm not going to
Yes.
hurt you. We still think of him as a bad guy, and yet here he is giving away a major.
major sort of plot point as to what his motivations may or may not be.
Yeah.
It's like, is Tom good? Is he bad? I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's bad.
I'm pretty sure he's bad, but
never
his
thought he was
commercial says he
bad.
might be good. The commercial
Well, I
says
know,
he might be
but
good.
the commercial's like, but who knows?
And the
Who
commercial
knows?
makes me want to buy a Ford
He's just
Mustang.
got a dark side.
Yeah.
You love that commercial, didn't you, Julie?
I love that commercial. I watched it twice. No, I didn't. No, but I've never outright said that Tom was bad. I just thought that Tom was not who he said he was, and he had different motives. I've never thought that he was out to hurt her. I never thought he was a bad guy.
I would have liked to have seen a commercial with the Pavlovich Brothers also. Like right after at the end of that commercial break saying, oh no, we the Pavlovich Brothers. We do snatch and grabs. We like fast cars. Ford Mustang.
I love
Go
that.
further.
I love that.
And the other thing that I think the commercial really reveals, though, too, that we shouldn't overlook is it kind of makes Eggold's character a major character. He's there to stay.
Oh yeah, but
I really feel like if you're willing to have someone like Ford make a commercial based on your character, that this character, I would assume, is safe.
Yeah.
and is going to be, even though he's on the run right now, he is here to stay, at least for the foreseeable future. Probably for season 2 as well, I'm sure.
yeah.
I hope so.
Well, oh god. Well, let's get to that in a second. But I just want to just run through this whole thing. So, yeah, we have him, the extraction, and then you already covered how Red Reddington and Dembe figure out that they can use the Pavlovich brothers to then get to go get Tom, and which is a great, super cool, another super cool action sequence, with them going there and extracting him and shooting the box up and the chase and the whole 9 yards. That was great. And I love the whole thing when Lizzie comes in and the Pavlovich brothers are just kicking it there.
Oh, that was awesome.
I love these guys. It very much reminds me, this is Joe Carnahan. Although Joe Carnahan did not direct this episode because I thought he may have. It was Paul Edwards, but it very much reminded me of Smoking Aces. Did you see Smoking Aces?
Smoking Aces, that's a good movie,
That's Joe Carnahan's Carnahan
Yeah.
film. But there's a lot of Pavlovich brother type of thugs in that. And so somewhat about the humor of these guys all in the living room, kicking back in the kitchen, like a gift from Reddington. I love that scene.
Yeah.
And kind of get out. But yeah, so we talked about the interrogation, the Lizzie breaking the thumb and the whole fight that ensued afterwards. Which Lizzie is a well-trained FBI agent and she's an excellent profiler, but she's not. I mean, he would kick her ass, right?
Well,
like he's a super spy.
He is a super spy, but she doesn't know he's a super spy. I mean, I was thinking about this too because we've seen him pretty much kill 2 people at once a couple of episodes ago.
That's like a non-fight.
Yeah, and they were 2 agents. They weren't even like they were 2 capable people.
Right.
They weren't like first graders or something.
He's Jason Bourne, and she's like Clarice Sterling.
Yeah, so I could understand maybe she didn't know any better, but at the same time, it was just pretty obvious she is not the kind of person that does these Jack Bauer type interrogation tactics. Because she obviously, I think even a part of me was like, why do you go for the thumb? That was an interesting choice. Oh, that's why, because it's a dumb move and he can escape. He can just wiggle his the rest of his hand out with a broken thumb, which still kind of hurts thinking about it.
Yes. So
the conversation though that they had is pretty key. When
he didn't like pancakes.
He doesn't like pancakes. Yes, we learned this.
2 years.
And that moment. This was a good moment for Megan Boone as Lizzie Keene when that scene when she says say something to your wife who is dying in front of you.
Yes.
That was the one of the few times that I was like, oh, Lizzie, that I felt for her for a moment.
Yes, it was a very good moment.
So I thought that was great. And then him telling the story about the shoes and her drawing the little heart. Again, I felt for her because we've all been there. We've been in relationships and that feeling of young love and the first time that you're with someone and leaving little notes and things like that. And it made me think about my marriage a little bit. Maybe my husband's a super spy. I don't know.
Right,
I leave him little notes sometimes.
But then,
he
of course, he says that touching note and he goes, "That's when I knew. That's when I felt sorry for you.
Yes,
I knew that I had you."
Yeah,
but
that's heartbreaking.
Part of me didn't want it to work, but it did, which makes me think: is he super bad, or is he just kind of bad?
Well, this is according to the Mustang commercial.
Yeah,
we don't know exactly. It's a dark side. It's the edge. No, but that was really that was sort of a nice little, almost heart-wrenching scene because it's like she was asking for answers, and he's like, "You were a job. Like you're my husband. You were a job. Is what he said." And it's like I had to do the job no matter what. And I knew I had you at that moment, but I didn't want to. I felt like I didn't want it to work out because I have feelings for you, but I still got to do this job, And then from there on, it was like we're talking years, a couple of years at least of them going on, but we still don't know why exactly he was there. Well,
I gotta say, he kind of killed it in that scene. He was really awesome.
He was good in that scene.
He was really great in this episode.
He was good in that scene.
Yeah, I was digging him.
And actually, in that moment when they do have the fight, I guess why he didn't completely take her out is because we know that he's not there to harm her, is what he said. So
even though it's okay to put her through a table.
Well, I mean,
she was asking for it.
No, I know. Just funny though.
And so, I mean, like we don't. What's weird about this too is like then what is he doing there? Because he's clearly not trying to get at Reddington per se. Because he had that really weird line about like, what's that old man? What's he seeing you? Like, what's his interest in you? Like, he doesn't know. He's asking, And then it's like, do you have some sort of weird father-daughter thing going on? Which was also an insult to her because it's her husband saying like, what are you doing with this guy?
And it also says that Red's her father, which Joe
God.
Oh, that was him absolutely saying he's not your dad.
Yes,
that was to me 100% vindication.
That's him saying I don't know if he's your dad, but it's like some kind of dad. He's saying Lizzie, I think Nando and Joe Sanfilippo might be right about you and
I think he directed that line to you and Sanfilippo.
Yeah.
Hey Nando and Flippo, he's not her dad.
Exactly.
That's what I saw. That's what I saw.
You say tomato, I say tomato. That's what I say.
I heard it your way, Julia.
Thank you. Tomato.
Tomato.
I agree with you and your tomato.
Thank you, Joseph.
So much I could say there.
So he has the.
Don't say any of it.
Don't say it. So it's like he's sort of, I don't know if he's playing dumb about Red or not because he's like, what's up with you and Red? Is this like a daddy-daughter thing? But he goes, here's a key if you want to know about Red. So does he know or does he not know who he is?
Yeah, he knows who he is and he knows what he's about, but I don't know if he knows what his relationship to Lizzie is. At least he played it that way.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't know what his relationship to Lizzie is, then what is his mission? And what is the significance of Lizzie Keene? Why is he there implanted for like 3 years in her life in order to not kill her?
And then
Yeah.
what is that one little piece of paper that she pulls out of the safe
Oh, well, I
deposit
have
box
theories.
that she's staring?
Theories?
We can get into our theory section, but just staring at this one piece of paper that's obviously so well protected that Tom had to hide the key under a lamp, you know, to protect this photo or this parchment of some sort.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what it is because obviously the when she says Red's not the man you think he is,
Yeah.
you know, he's whatever. And in the preview, she's like, "You're a monster."
You're a monster. Yeah, she
you
says
know.
that in the previews for next
We'll
week.
see. And those are always red herrings. I don't buy any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we do see him. You know, he cuffs her up and he gives her that speech. And I don't know. I mean, what do we think Tom's there to do? What do you think, Nando? Is he a protector? He's clearly not. We know he's not an assassin. Like Jolene's like she's your target.
Well,
which is also a little misleading because
I do remember. I think I predicted it a lot earlier in the season, and I think I wasn't the only one that said we felt that he is protecting Lizzie. He may not have Red's interests, but he's there to protect Lizzie. So I still kind of feel like they're playing it off that way, like he may be protecting her. Although, again, for a protector, he doesn't seem like a good guy, killing off Jolene, killing off our Cadillac cowboy, you know, getting in this whole big fight, obviously having issues with Red, which, you know, whether he's a good guy or a bad guy, we all seem to have, at least as an audience, we're very invested in Red as a good guy.
Right.
We definitely have an appeal for him.
right.
Are we invested in him as a good guy or as just an interesting character?
Or an anti-hero, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Because I
maybe not a
don't know.
good guy.
This is what I'm going to get at towards the end here is that I don't know that we ever thought Red was a quote unquote good guy, right? And Red, it's been very, very clear that Red is an international criminal who's done a lot of bad things, has a lot of dubious, you know, at best contacts.
Has a lot of kills under his belt.
A lot of
That's not
kills
good
under
guy.
his belt. We saw him like really take some people out in the post Anselo Garrick, black site infiltration. Like how he took all those people out, including the poor mail carrier lady, you know, who was just, you know, what did she do? And so he's not a great guy. We assume that he's not as horrible
He's
as
a hardened guy.
right.
Yeah.
We assume that he's also associated with all these blacklisters who are his pals, who he seems to know everyone. So I don't know whatever that Tom says that Red has done shouldn't surprise her unless it's personal. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is of a personal nature, unless this has to do with her father, like he killed her father or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, but anyway, I digress. But let's.
But he did kill her father. He killed her adopted father.
Oh God.
Well, he did.
No, he did. That's right. Oh, that's right. That's right.
He killed her adopted father.
But like he killed her real father. But it's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
Red.
he it was a moment of just trying to protect the secret, whatever it was. But,
Right.
And it was with his permission.
That's what it is. Then.
But he suffocated.
That must be what it must be some sort of surveillance footage or something of him.
Maybe of that.
That's what I think is in the thing.
Oh,
that was
that-
one of my predictions. Okay, there it is. One of my predictions I had written down was that, because you know he was at the hospital.
Yeah.
He was there.
That's
and I
it.
think it's probably a photo of him
And
smothered
Tom-
or
and
something
Tom
like
was
that.
there, right?
That's what I'm saying. Tom was
Yeah,
there.
okay, yeah,
Tom's
yeah.
the only other one who was there. So that's what I think that is in the safety deposit box.
Oh, and it's like you're
with
a
the
monster.
symbol, which is reminiscent of her scar. Just saying.
Right. Okay,
There
that
you
all
go.
makes
Well,
sense. Okay, now that will.
Luckily, I had 2 predictions.
Yes, we'll get that. We'll get to that. So
not prediction out.
getting back to the
Way to
FBI just
tease
really
it.
quickly, what they were able to do to find the helicopter based on Red's tip on where the helicopter came from. That is some super crazy FBI computer forensics and
Tobacco and corn.
tobacco and corn, and they were able to.
You gotta love that.
Yeah,
Good
well-
job, RM.
Yeah, he's
good.
Yeah,
good.
good job. On the case.
I like him.
And so they were able to, try wrestler who without Lizzie, he was like, "Where are you?" Like I'm, I'm done. I don't know. So that was kind of cool to see the FBI do their thing and go and I mean, this is where I got somewhat. So the Pavlovich brothers got handed off the scientist. They've already delivered her to her.
Well, they were getting her on the boat. They were there.
I think there was just a little time lapse. Like they gave him an oxygen mask. They went and took care of Tom. Then went back to the girl.
They went back to
Okay.
the girl.
Yeah.
To finish the job.
I think they had some time.
Probably
to
the
kill.
boat wasn't taken off for a while,
Yeah.
so they decided to keep. her where
Let's
they
go.
were.
Let's go do the headless quick
Yeah.
Mustang chase.
While
Yeah.
we're in town, let's make a few extra bucks.
They had her someplace else, and then they were just making sure that she was going to get out of the
Yeah,
country.
and then they had to get her on the
Yeah.
cargo ship.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's what I
All right.
assumed.
It was just a timing issue. Things
All right.
worked out perfectly.
Do you guys have anything on that you want to talk
during
about?
Tom King's commercial, they went back to her just to check. Are you okay? You good? All right, we're gonna go back now.
Anything you want to talk about that FBI side of the brothers?
I'm just bummed that they're dead. I'm really
Yeah.
bummed that they're
Me
dead. To be
too.
honest with you, I
Yeah.
kind of like them. Like you said, there definitely is a very comical aspect to them, and it doesn't seem like. In part of, other than the fact that they helped Red get Tom, it doesn't seem like they were a major part of whatever revenge scheme,
No.
or whatever ultimate plan
They have
Red
no
had.
political
Yeah.
agenda. They're just in it for the money. They'll do anything for
Yeah,
anyone.
snatch
As long
it
as
back.
they
And
pay well.
they're pretty low on the blacklist.
Yeah, I mean, they killed 6 people in the pilot. Apparently, they wrestler said they lost 6 men in that attack.
Yeah.
But other than that,
which is why wrestler. Which is why they had to go.
Did anyone else find it to be just ever so slight of a stretch how they found the cargo ship? So Lee scribbles like a little bit of
The equation.
letters on,
Yeah.
on a wall with a piece of chalk. Aram, thank God for that guy.
Yeah, right.
FBI would be nowhere without the
God for that
Oh,
guy.
our
He's a goddamn
goodies.
genius.
Oh,
Jeez.
water. Oh, yeah, cargo ship. Done.
It's like, duh.
And then Dr. Red. Oh, yeah, I got a guy. Ralph Cisco. Hold
got a
on,
guy.
what's going on? Okay.
Nothing gets
cargo,
smuggled.
she's
Nothing gets
confident.
smuggled in and out of.
And then Rolf apparently just gives it up like nothing.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Pavlovich Brothers. Oh, they're smuggling some chick right on the other dock. So
Oh,
go do your
great.
thing.
Boom.
Thank you.
yeah.
Nice, tidy little bow there.
Well, the FBI, they're a crack a check operation.
It was just a bit much for
Yes,
me.
they are.
I suspended disbelief for all that, but yeah, it was a little convenient.
It
But
was.
what I did have a hard time with is back to, which was pretty true, which is back to wrestlers, Red suspicion, like Red played us again. I'm getting a little tired of this whole Red played us, he played us. When wrestler was like, when he was suspicious about the Pavlovich brothers' involvement, and maybe Red knew and Red helped change the, I
That
feel
Red
like
was in it to kidnap Lee
Yeah.
himself because she's worth gajillions.
exactly, and I feel like at 19 episodes in, even for wrestler, I feel like they've all, between Harold Cooper and wrestler and all of them, have sort of, Red has earned all their trust. Although Red is not trustworthy, so maybe there's some back end stuff there. But
I kind of agree with you. It's like going back to automatic. Like Red's bad. Wah,
it's like, come on, Red has
he-
done nothing but help you guys.
Yeah.
But they also
And
know that
save
Red.
a lot of you.
They also
And
do
save
know
you.
that Red has his own agenda, and sometimes he gives them names because he wants something,
That's
whether
very
it's
true.
a couple of names on a list or whatever
Yeah.
else. So
well,
they,
he did say, I'm glad that they threw in this line for the awesome James Spader, who had some great moments in this episode,
He
by
did.
the way. I've missed Red for a couple weeks now.
Yes.
But just reminding us when he said, as for the FBI, I wouldn't be in this relationship if there wasn't a mutual benefit.
Yes.
So just when we think that he's in it just to help out Lizzie and help out the FBI and catch some blacklisters, we have
Right.
to remember that he is in it with purpose.
All the time.
So I'm glad that they threw that in.
Speaking of James Spader moments, with that interrogation with the courier, the guy, that was very
Seaver.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good stuff. A lot of
Jeffrey
laughing.
Seaver.
A lot of-
Yeah.
I just love how he.
You don't know him, do you?
Are you sure?
sure?
What a shame.
Leather.
Tomato.
Yeah.
He has a way. He has a way of just disarming them while
Yeah.
he's getting information from them.
It is a joy to watch. So,
Wonder what's in that calculus book.
yes.
Yeah, I wonder if we're
Yeah.
gonna find that out.
So, this brings us to, the end there where, we will get to see, left with the question of who is Red Reddington really, which is what the same question we've been asking the entire season. Who is Red Reddington? Like, in terms of, is he good? Is he bad? And, Tom, and who is Tom? We've got the who is Tom answered almost, but not quite.
Yeah, not really, but
Who
sort
is-
of. We know what he's not, and that's that he's not who.
He's not an
Tom King.
assassin.
Yeah.
And he's not Tom Keene.
Yeah.
He's not there to
He's not just
assassinate
Lizzie's husband,
Lizzie.
a third grade teacher.
Right. So we do know that. So, but what his purpose is, we still don't know. We still don't know what Red's end game is, or what his attachment to Lizzie is, other than not being his father, Nando,
Yeah.
or her father. Excuse me.
Whatever you think, whatever you say.
That's all we have, and then we still have. And I think finally, based on the previews next week, finally we're going to get to my super blacklister.
Yeah, it seems
Oh,
like
yeah,
it.
it seems like it.
Finally we're getting into, because we're getting to the last 2 episodes here.
Do you think we'll get a number one listing with that?
I don't know if we're getting a number 1. I feel like a number 1's gonna. I don't know. Maybe if
think
we get a
so?
number 1, it'll be like a recurring.
We're gonna get
It'll be a
top
big bad,
tenor for sure.
as they call it in TV business. A big bad, a super big bad.
A big bad?
Yeah, that'll be back from season to season. If we
Yeah, I
get a
see that.
number
We're
one.
definitely gonna get a big bad. I definitely think we'll get a big bad. We'll see what kind of bad it's going to be.
I still think Alan Alda may be the big bad ultimately, but
Yeah.
I'll say that for my prediction.
By the way, the guy with the nose that you love so much, Milton Bobbitt. I just wanted
That's
to bring
right.
that up.
Milton Bobbitt.
Bobbitt.
Just felt
My
like I wanted
nose.
to bring that up.
Anything else? What do we have? What I miss?
I don't know. It was a fun episode. It was
fun.
really a fun episode. I love the gift giving of Tom. I just can't get over that. The gift giving of
Yes.
Tom to Lizzie. And I think that he knew that he would escape. Does that make sense? I think he knew that if he delivered her to delivered Tom to Lizzie, it would be
Well, that's why he was staking out still. With
yeah,
the
because
people,
he
I guess.
needs him. He needs him to live because he needs him to follow him to Berlin.
But does he know that he wouldn't kill Lizzie? I mean, like,
I
why
think
would
he
he?
knows more than he says.
Right.
I think that in delivering him to Lizzie, it helped to prove to Lizzie that he wasn't lying, so she would trust him more.
Right.
But it also, I don't know, it provided her with a little bit of closure in order to move forward.
Right.
And I think that was important to him, to Red, to give that to her.
Makes sense.
But he still needs him alive. He needs him on the run so he could follow him.
Huh. Okay. All right.
I don't know. I'm thinking that through with you guys.
I mean, I don't know. Nando?
I
What do you think about Julia's theory there?
I actually agree with her on the theory. I really think that Tom. It's not a final. This wasn't like a final. Let's just deal with Tom and get it over with type thing. This is again. It's interesting. At the preview of the episode when they were showing the recap, they showed Tom say, not Tom. They showed Red say, "I can only lead you to the truth. You still have to believe it." Mm-hmm. So
Right.
I still think that there's still more for Red to play with when it comes to Tom.
And this was the perfect example of him leading her to the truth. She just
Yeah.
needs to believe it.
He gift wrapped the truth for her
Yep.
and put it in front of her, but she has to believe it.
Yeah.
And he knew that Tom would at least not get killed,
Right.
but probably that would be, keep an eye on her.
Of course he'd
and-
take down Lizzie.
Yeah.
In that scene. Of course he
Yeah.
would beat Lizzie.
All right. Well, we'll see. Let's do some shout outs, some news and gossip ish.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Yeah, we don't have any. Well, actually, we don't have any news and gossip. We do have some shout outs.
I didn't look on Twitter to see if.
I've got. Let's see. Mike Blanchard, we love you. Caitlin K. Caitlin K. mentioned that the mushroom guy also escaped with a broken thumb from Hannibal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So that's a good catch there, Kate.
Absolutely. Why do you
Caitlin.
think I knew?
That's right.
Not an S&M school, Nando.
Langley. Yeah, Mike. And then do you have anyone else from?
I'm looking at
from the other
YouTube,
spot?
and I see from
YouTube?
YouTube from our last episode, which was over 2 weeks ago, is Life is Short 214, Dave 1555, MDS 1978, Terry Pitnick, MDS 1978, I think I said them already, Cybergirl 1980, Taylor S., Ashley Kearney, Aquarius 1934, Kokoro Al, Melina Torres, Complena Sarah, Tasha B, and Jan Jandals, Natural Opinion. Oh, yeah, a lot of people. Donald Dingerson and Doreen Wakini. A lot of new names in here. Some of the same ones,
thank
but a lot of
you.
new ones. Solitaire 401, Dayson Bellin. Yeah, that's it. That's it on YouTube. Wow, lots. I didn't go on
lot.
iTunes, but that's a lot.
I'm going on iTunes right now,
Yes, you are.
and on iTunes, I see.
I had a beard 2 weeks ago. I just noticed. The
Yeah, you
video
did have
played.
a
I was
beard.
like, wow.
I thought you said you had a beard, and I was like, oh, how was it? What kind of beard was it? I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Well, I'm having trouble here, so I don't know. I'm gonna get there. Okay, wait. I'm here. Sorry,
I'll-
Do it.
I'll race you.
this is the best radio ever. It's the sound of me looking up. Okay, here we go. Okay, number 87, the Blacklister himself says hello.
He's a blacklister.
He's number 87. And then Bramble Bray, Dana Whipia.
Again, I think the ratings are old because the last new episode we had was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
if I
Oh,
remember
okay.
correctly.
Oh, that one's from March. Yeah,
The ratings are a little
that's right.
old, but all
This
the
is
more
Dana.
reason we got a couple more episodes left. All the more reason to please rate us and
Yes.
subscribe if you haven't subscribed on iTunes.
Fair
And
enough.
please give us a certain amount of stars that we like to see, which would be
Five
five
Yes.
stars. Yes, and of course. Comment on YouTube and on iTunes. And YouTube, we're more likely to at least respond if you have anything pressing, any criticism.
Okay.
We're pretty good on Twitter, too.
Yeah, we're good on Twitter too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Julia?
Well, I already gave away one of my predictions.
It was a good prediction.
It was
Good
a
prediction.
good, hot prediction. I have sort of a maybe a little bit out there prediction.
Okay.
I think that Lizzie might be pregnant with Tom's baby.
Spy baby. We talked about this.
Spy baby. But I feel
baby.
like they went out of their way to
say she
mention
can't have kids.
the sex scene. They never said that she couldn't have kids that she wanted to adopt.
That's
They
a
went
good
out of their way
point.
to talk about how they had sex, how she felt filthy because your chest deep in filth. I don't know. I don't think it comes without repercussions.
No, I like
That's
that.
a good one.
Thank you.
All of that. Nando.
I actually, it was funny. I had the prediction you had fleshed out, but I didn't have the fact that he was probably caught suffocating her adopted father. But I figured that the reason why she was calling him a monster was because he did something to someone she knew. I was assuming it might be someone in the agency, though. But so I think it's a good thing. But I definitely feel that that the secret that she's going to uncover is that she's going to uncover something from Ritz's past, doing something to somebody she knows. And it could be the father thing. I really like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And the father, the brother.
adopted
Yeah.
father.
I agree. I like that,
Oh,
too.
God.
No. I thought she didn't have father like that. Red's a father. No,
No,
I like that.
the
I like that,
father.
too.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. I think that we're going to get Super Blacklister. Big Bad next week. I think it's Alan Alda. That's my prediction. Julia, where can we find you?
Find me on Twitter and on Instagram at my name, Julia Cearley, JuliaCearley. Please follow me.
Nandovelle.
You can find me on the Twitter at Nandovel, Nandovel, and here on AfterBuzz for the following: Hannibal, Bates Motel, Orphan Black, a bunch of stuff, 24, a bunch of stuff.
Yep, and you can find Joe Sanfilippo, who's not here, at his website at josephsanfilippo.com and on Twitter at joeflippo.com. You can find me, Joe Braswell, on Instagram and Twitter at joekbraswell.com, and here doing the Hannibal, the Hannibal, the following,
shows.
Bates Motel,
Yes.
Mad Men, and this one. Thank you so much for listening and joining us. We're glad to be back. We'll see you next week for the home stretch of Blacklist.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.